If you're an average Call of Duty player looking to raise that KD to a 2.0 plus, you guys need to stay tuned to this video. I got 5 tips that'll make you guys become a legend at Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Without any further ado, here are the top 5 tips in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 that I can give you guys to get that KD above a 2 plus. Alright, so here we go. At tip number 1, we have used the acoustic sensor. Fellas, I cannot stress this enough. This is the most OP thing in the game. You can see where enemies are 30 minutes before they get there. It is so good. It comes in clutch when you need to get those score streaks and you need to know where people are at. This gear or equipment is what you need to run to get those score streaks. Coming in for tip number 2, we have aim around corners before you get there. Fellas, again, this is an OP thing that you guys need to get down, especially when you're running the acoustic sensor and you know somebody's going to be there. Pre-aim that corner. You don't need to pre-fire, but pre-aim that corner. You already got the gun up. That gives you a second ahead on the enemy. It's super clutch. You guys need to do this if you want to raise that KD. Alright, if you're turning the corner, right there you see me. I aimed down that corner. I knew there was going to be somebody there because it's firing range. Who doesn't aim down that long ass blast? You see right there? You gotta aim down the corners before you get there, fellas. If you do that, I promise you your KD will rise just from that tip alone. Coming in at tip number 3, we have know your routes. Fellas, you gotta know where you're going before you go there. If you do that, then you already know where the enemies are gonna go and you don't have to guess right when you get there. So for instance, at the beginning of the map, I don't recommend rushing mid on firing range, okay? That's a death trap. You know there's snipers camping over there waiting for you to do that. So don't do it. You gotta pick a route, you gotta stay smart about it. And if you know your routes before you get there, fellas, you will pre-aim the hell out of any enemies because you know where they'll come from. You gotta know your maps and you gotta know your routes. This is the biggest tip that I'm about to give you guys on this list. You guys have to do this. If you do this, I promise you will get strike teams out the wazoo. Alright, I was playing TDM here. I did this tip. I got my strike team, I got my attack chopper, I got my Hellstorm. Guys, this is the best tip, alright? And that tip is control one part of the map. If you guys can control one part of the map, you have control over everywhere in that part of the map, if you know what I'm saying. If you're on an acoustic sensor and you pre-aim corners like I am right now, you see, dude, there's nothing they can do because you have the one up on them. You have to control one part of the map. If you guys control one part of the map, I promise you your KD will go from whatever you're at now to a 2 plus. I guarantee it. If it doesn't, comment down below and I'll do something for you guys because that is ridiculous. You see me in this gameplay control multiple parts of the map after I respawn. You guys have to do that. Control one part of the map and I promise you your KD will rise. Coming in at tip number 5, I've run higher kill streaks. And before you click off this video because it's hard for you to get higher kill streaks, hear me out. If you guys control the part of the map, whatever part of the map you want to control, if you can control that, you know your routes, you're aiming around corners, and you're using the acoustic sensor, you can get any kill streak in the game you want, even if you have bummy ass aim. It does not matter, fellas. If you do those tips, you can run higher kill streaks. With higher kill streaks, I recommend you run Hellstorm because the Hellstorm is so OP in this game. It usually isn't, but this game is insane with the Hellstorm. I recommend you run Attack Chopper or Sniper's Nest and a Strike Team. I don't, however, recommend you run 2 airstrike units, being something like the Attack Chopper or the Sniper's Nest, because you can only call one at a time, which hinders your kill power. So I do recommend like an Attack Chopper or a Sniper's Nest with the Strike Team. I'm about to get that right here. The whole team leaves. They get so mad. I only end up with 50 kills because everybody left, and you can't get kills when everybody leaves. But guys, this tip is so big. If you follow the tips prior to this, you'll get whatever kill streak in the game you want. I promise you 100%, and your KD will rise like a mug. Here's a little bonus tip that I know you guys have heard a lot, but it is very true, and I didn't want to throw it in the video because of the fact that you guys have heard it a lot. But this goes along with the bummy ass aim that I mentioned in my previous tip. Don't have a high sensitivity unless you can handle it. A lot of people do have bummy ass aim exactly because of this. They run their sensitivity at 1414 because they want to be an MLG Pro Sniper and Face Clan. Oh my god, you're a legend. But when you're running a gun, fellas, you can't be doing that unless you can handle it. And if you can handle a 1414 sensitivity with a regular gun, fellas, that's insane. You got to send me clips of that because I've never seen anybody do it. I recommend staying between 7.7 and a 4.4. I don't recommend going lower than a 4.4 because you can't turn on enemies or snap on enemies. But fellas, I run a 6.6 and it's fast enough to where I can turn on enemies, whether they're shooting me behind me or snap on enemies when I'm in a double team. But it's low enough to where I can aim and have control over it, like you see right there. So fellas, don't run an extremely high sensitivity if you cannot handle it. Alright, so this rounds out my top 5 tips plus a little bonus tip there at the end for you guys to raise your KD from whatever it's at to above a 2 KD. I'm running about a 2.5 KD right now, and it's going to keep going up because I just started following these tips just previously. You know, I realized, well, shoot, if you control a part of the map, you're on acoustic sensor, you pre-aim and you know your routes, fellas, there's nobody that can stop you. Tell me, if somebody came through a doorway that I'm pre-aiming, they're not going to kill you unless they're sniping. They're just a god. That's the only way. But fellas, I am recording this on Thanksgiving, and just to be a little sappy here for a second, I appreciate all the support on the channel, guys. It means so much to me. 61 subs this fast is insane. I just can't thank you guys enough. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving yourselves. If you did, leave a comment down below what you did and what you had. If you had turkey or ham or both. Shoot, I wish I had both. I want both, low key. But yeah, I'm about to go eat dinner for Thanksgiving. So fellas, again, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I recommend you guys stick around for the next 3 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes in this video just to see how I play. And you know, watch it and copy it, bro. If you guys copy how I play, I promise you it'll get better, as well as following these tips. Thank you guys so much. It's been your boy Freezy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.